everybody, this is Dave Walsh, host of Card Talk, and here I am at the end of all things. It's not really the end, it's the penultimate quest in the Angmar Awakened cycle, but this is regarded as one of the most difficult quests in the whole game, and one of the reasons why I wanted to play the quest semi-blind, or the campaign semi-blind, was I wanted to see how the campaign handles having this really hard quest here. So you can see I've pulled out and I've set everything up. I don't know really what is going on, so I've played the quest before, so I know that Thardir is going to be a pain in the neck. I know that I'm going to get lots of shadow cards. I know that things, there's just a lot happening. I'm in battle right from the beginning. So anyways, let's take a closer look at the boons I've earned. I'll look at the setup and we will get started. Okay, so let's look at side 1A. So we've gotten all the way to Carndum, and Thardir is the guy that we are trying to figure out because he's the one that probably has Yarion. So it says, add Thardir to the staging area, captain side, face up. Okay, so let's look at Thardir. He's indestructible, cannot have attachments, so you can't just force snare him and call it over. You actually have to deal with him. You can feign voices him and feint him and do all sorts of other things, but you can't give him any attachments. And so it says, after Thardir is flipped, or a treachery with the sorcery trait is revealed, deal one shadow card to each enemy in play. So Thardir flips, and this is the champion side. So there's a captain and a champion. And so, again, this is indestructible, can't have attachments, same stats, 50 engagement cost. It says, after Thardir is flipped, or a treachery with the sorcery trait is revealed, Thardir heals 3 damage and makes an immediate attack. So that's very similar to the Thardir that we just beat up. And let me just tell you that this is a pain in the neck. You'll see why very soon. Okay, and then it says, add 1 copy of Carndum Garrison per player to the staging area. So the Carndum Garrison is this guy right here, and Orc. We're now attacking or dealing with orcs. Again, we went from undead to orcs. It's 1 threat, not horrible, 4 attack, 3 defense, and 5 hit points. But it gets +1 threat for each shadow card currently dealt to it. Okay, and then it says, search the encounter deck for 1 copy of Accursed Battlefield and make it the active location. Shuffle the encounter deck. So the Accursed Battlefield is a 2 threat, 3 quest point location. It just says, while it's the active location, each quest card in play gains the battle keyword. So the battle keyword means that you are battling through quests instead of questing through them. You're not using your willpower, but your attack to quest. So that's a pain in the neck. So yeah, we still haven't gotten to why shadow cards are a thing here. So let's get to that. 15 quest points. It says Thardir cannot leave the staging area, cannot take damage at the end of the round. If Thardir is champion side face up, flip him. Okay. It's not a problem. It says, do not discard unresolved shadow cards at the end of combat phase. So there's going to be a ton of shadow cards, and this particular deck is thick. This encounter deck has a lot of cards in it, so it's going to be crazy. So that's one of the reasons why I want to make sure I have my Defendy Master card. And then it says, force, if there are 3 shadow cards dealt to Thardir, flip him. So that's gonna happen a lot. He's going to flip. So we're going to need to make sure that we have ways to defend. So let's take a look at Thardir and Thardir's Majesty, which is a burden that we earned. We already went over him, but Thardir's Majesty is a burden I got, and it says attached to Thardir, even if he is not in play. And it says when a sorcery treachery is revealed, move Thardir's Majesty to the hero with the most non-objective attachments, and it counts as a sorcery attachment with the text attach. Hero gets -2 and cannot commit to the quest. -2 attack. So that's definitely going to end up on Thranduil. And so I'll try to use Thranduil as soon as I can to get as much out of him as I can. Okay, and before I deal my opening hand, I want to show you some boons that I've gotten. So the two from a long time ago were Silverthorn, which that goes in my deck, and it says attacking enemy gets +1 attack, +1 defense if that enemy shares a trait with an enemy in the victory display, and then you can once per game put an enemy in the victory display. So in this case, I'm going to put an orc in the victory display so that I can get I'm going to hope that I get Silverthorn. And then Determination, it's great because I have Determination on Thranduil, but I don't have it. I put it on Amarthael, but Amarthael's not in this scenario. So, but it's a readying effect. So you get to put it on a card, and then you get to ready that card plus anybody else who's gotten Determination on it before. And the two that I just earned in the previous scenario, Treachery of Rudar, is the brand, Dakinar's brand, and the heirloom of Iarkon. And the brand, there on the left, it gives me +1/+2 if I'm attacking an undead enemy, which Thardir is. So that's going to help me beat up on Thardir. And it says I can search the top 5 cards in the encounter deck for a sorcery treachery and put it in the victory display. So that's going to help. And then the heirloom of Iarkon is +1 willpower. And after I play that, I get to heal all the damage on a character. Okay, for my opening hand, I ended up having to take a mulligan, and this is what I ended up getting. So I have Henemarth, which is great because Henemarth allows me to see the top card of the encounter deck coming, so that'll be good. And then the Greenwood Archer is great because it's going to allow me to get some much needed battle questing down, so I'll be able to battle my way through that first location. Hopefully, ? So that's some good stuff. The only problem is I don't have a lore resource icon, so I'll have to wait until either the combat phase and use Thranduil's ability, or just wait till Nenya comes out. The next two cards I have are the Marksman of Lorien and a Test of Will, which again, that's pretty good because I can cancel an effect with a Test of Will, and then the Marksman again is going to give me some much needed battle questing if I need it, but it also is going to give me some attack, which I'm going to really appreciate. And then last, I get Island Amid Perils, which reduces my threat by bringing a Sylvan ally back into my hand. And then Quicker Than Sight cancels a shadow effect, which is phenomenal because there's going to be a lot of shadow cards. So those two things are very good. And I'm going to go grab my MasterCard that I earned from the One Ring. So the MasterCard that I picked here is the Defendy one. I get +1 defense, which is great for Thranduil, and then I get to raise my threat to cancel shadow effects. So I can cancel shadow effects. It looks like things are going pretty good here for canceling shadow effects, at least. The campaign setup says you are playing campaign mode, as does all the campaign cards. But it says each player may change hero cards without incurring the +1 threat penalty, and Amarthael may be included. Not going to do that. Then it says then each player in turn order may select one of the following boons and add it to their opening hand. So let's look at those boons, and then let's see which one I want to take. It says, so the Raiment of the Second Age there on the left, it says attached to a character, restricted, attached character gets +2 and +2 hit points, +2 attack and +2 hit points. after attached character attacks and destroys an enemy, draw 1 card. That would be great for Legolas. Celeborn, it would be great for, if I had a Marthiel, it would be really good for him, but I don't have a Marthiel. The one on the right there, Lore of Ancient Arnor. It says each player returns 1 card from their discard pile to their hand, 2 instead if you're the only player in the game, and shuffles the rest of their discard pile back into their deck. Then remove this card from the game. So, I mean, that could be good depending on how many times I need to cancel shadow effects. Quicker Than Sight, but I typically don't have a ton of cards in my discard pile, so I don't know. Sometimes I do, and it's been long enough for me to have played this that I forget the real minutia of exactly how this works. So, and then the other 2 boons are allied boons. Okay, so we have the Rivendell Skirmishers, which says after their skirmishers exhaust to defend an attack from a non-unique enemy, discard each shadow card from the enemy. So it has 2 willpower, 2 attack, 3 defense, and 3 hit points. So it's a beefy defender, 3 defense and 3 hit points. So that's good. And then Elrond's Champion says after an enemy engages you, ready Elrond's Champion. So, I mean, that's good for questing and then coming back and having 3 attack. I'm just very nervous about having shadow cards. So the one on the left is the one that the Rivendell Skirmishers is really the one that I'm looking at, because these are going into my hand, so I'll have them from the very beginning. I think the action advantage on the champion is something that I'm going to want more than I'm going to want discard shadow cards. I just feel like when I've played this in the past, Thardir is the one that gets all the shadow cards, but not much of the other stuff does. So I'm gonna play with Elrond's Champion. If it doesn't work out, then I'll pick something else. Next time, maybe I'll want something else. But let me sleeve that up and put it in my hand. Okay, so I have Arnor Ravaged, the garrison, Thardir with his attachment, and then the Accursed Battlefield. So I guess give myself some resources. And draw my card. I get a Tree People right off the bat, which is frustrating because I don't have Nenya, but I can at least draw and lower my threat. I get a Host of the Galathrim, which, okay. None of those 2 cards, neither of those 2 cards help me right now, but it's fine. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to play Inner Strength. And then I'm going to play the Greenwood Archer. And that's all I can do for right now. Okay, because actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the champion right now. I think that's the better move. Okay. Okay, so I can do 3. So 6. In the staging area is 5. And if I need to, I can boost his willpower. And that may be the thing to do. So let's see. What do we get? We get the Fortress Walls. It says when Fortress Walls is the active location, for each resource spent by a player, raise that player's threat by 1. Wow. Okay. So that's 9. And I did 6. So I'm going to raise my threat by 3. Okay. And I can't do anything about anything except I will bring in... I'll bring in Henemarth. That's going to help a little bit. I can't. So I'll just look at the top card here just to see what I got. Side quest, Orc Ambush. That's exactly what I didn't want to see. So it would have been this guy's shadow card, but I didn't quite do that. Okay, well, let's do this here. Draw a card. I do get a Feign Voices. That's a good thing. Oh, I guess I should better get resources here. Okay, I'm going to lower my threat. I didn't raise it, but I'll lower my threat by 1. And raise it, lower it. It all comes out, so I'm still at 29 and draw a card, and I get it quicker than sight. So I have 2 shadow cancellations here. I'm going to spend 2 to play that. So what can I do? I can do 3, 4, 7, 9. So I can do 9 versus 9. So what can I do? I can't really do anything because, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 9. Okay, well, I'll do 10. Then this comes out. And then because this comes out, it's to come engaged. So the Orc Ambush is a side quest where each orc gets +1, +1, +1, and that's crazy because now the orcs are really tough to deal with. And now, but then you find an orc enemy and add it to the staging area. So I'm gonna get rid of the doomed and surgy orc grunt, and then hopefully I'll be able to kill this thing. And I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. Okay, so I did 10 versus 10. I'm gonna use Thranduil's ability here to give me an extra 2. I just need 1 more. Okay, so because I engage this guy readies. Okay. So I will deal this a shadow card. I'm not going to engage this guy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Island Amid Perils and bring Hanamarth, or I'm going to play Feign Voices and bring Hanamarth back into my hand. And then this guy doesn't attack. Now I'm going to spend 1 to bring him back out. I'm going to exhaust, and because he's exhausted, I get to look at the top card. Top card is the Heavy Curse. Okay. So this gets chucked. And now I'm going to attack for 6, and that kills this. Okay, so ready everybody. Raise my threat by 1. There's still 9 in the staging area. This is a surgy. Okay, well, let's see what we get. We get a Host of the Galathrim. That does not. I have 2 Hosts of the Galathrim. That doesn't help. Okay, so I will exhaust Galadriel, reduce my threat by 1, and then get a card. I get the Nath Guide. I go 1, 2, 3. I think I will play the Nath Guide. And by playing the Nath Guide, I will target Thranduil. He's got 1. So let's see here. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. This is that's the quest we're dealing with. I'll show you this and we'll see what we get here. Okay, so that's Heavy Curse. It increases the amount that I would pay by a card if there's one in my discard pile. I know that that's the mechanic here, play the discard pile thing. I think I will Test of Will that. Surges. When the sorcery card, you'd have to deal a shadow card to each enemy in play. That's the first thing that you do. Okay. And then it surges into a Angmar Orc. Discard one ally from play or reveal an additional encounter card. I will choose to discard an ally from play. And that will be Henemarth. So Henemarth is gone. And Heavy Curse, but there's 2 shadow cards. 2, and let's see. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 versus 11. I still didn't make the quest. This is the problem. So I'm just spinning my wheels. It's like the encounter deck is turtling. Okay, well, let's see. I can do this at least. Engage this guy. Okay, I can deal him a shadow card. And I can defend with Thranduil. It does have a shadow effect. Each ally the defending player controls. I control 1, 2, 3. I think I should raise my threat by 1 and cancel that shadow effect. Okay, and now I can do nothing. Okie doke. So this guy is stuck engaged. Raise my threat. Get some resources. Draw a card. Oh, I get Determination. Thranduil's the only one in play right now that has Determination. So I will lower my threat and draw another card. I get Legolas. I have 30 threat. I can't really do anything right. Oh, I forgot. The Sorcery Treachery means that I can't commit to the quest anymore. When I engage this guy, I could have readied him, and then I could have attacked like this. And then that would have done 2 damage to the... would have been done 1 damage to that orc. Go back in time a little bit. Quest I need to get... There's still 9 in the staging area. So 1, 4, 6... 8. That's all I can do. 8. Yay. Okay. Card. Oh, the Blight of Carndoom. Okay, so the Blight of Carndoom is a 3 threat, 3 quest point location. It says after an enemy attacks, heal 1 damage from it. And then it says travel, deal each enemy in play 1 shadow card to travel here. Here's the Blight of Carndoom. So 12. And I did 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. I did 8. That's wonderful, right? Yay. Okay. So that's another 4 you raise your threat by. Okay, so this guy is engaged. Wait. That's not 9, that's 10. Because this is +1. +3 is 13. So, and then I think it's plus another 1 for last round. I don't know. I don't have a lot of good feelings about this here. Okay. So I won't engage this guy. I'll just do this. And I'll defend with Thranduil. No shadow. Yay, no shadow. And then I will spend 3, 1, 2, 3 combat action to bring in this guy. reduce his by 2 and attack for 4. So that's just enough to kill this guy. Okay. Thank you, Marksman of Lorien. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw a card. I get Rumil. It's not horrible, I guess. And then I will exhaust Galadriel, lower my threat. I didn't raise it, so I won't lower it. Draw a card, and I get Nenya. Hey, Nenya. That's not helpful right this moment, but it's nice enough. I'm actually going to play Nenya because I want to have the resource match, and then I'm going to play the Tree People. And when I play the Tree People, I'm going to bring the Neith Guide back into my hand, and we'll see what the Tree People turns into. Okay. So I think the best thing that this can turn into is Haldir. So let's look at Haldir. Okay, Haldir of Lorien is just really a 4-cost range Sentinel Sylvan. No bells and whistles, but he's good to bring out because now he has his bonuses and doesn't exhaust quest. So that's looking good there. Okay, so the Neith Guide turns into Haldir. And then I'm going to bring out the Neith Guide again. And then the Neith Guide is going to target Celeborn. So right now in the staging area, there is 2, 6, 10, 13. 13 in the staging area. And I'm doing 3, 6, 8, 10, 13, 15. So if I can't get through this quest this time, I think that I'm probably done. Okay, I get the Angmar Marauder. The Angmar Marauder is a 3 threat cost, 3 attack, 2 defense, 4 hit point orc enemy, and when it attacks and destroys an ally, so if you chump it, it returns to the staging area. But with the side quest right now, it's 4 threat. Okay, so 4 threat pushes this up to 17. Okay, and I did 15. I still can't get enough to do anything. Okie doke. So raise my threat by 2 more here. And then this guy engages, so I ready here. Deal this a shadow card. The Blight says after an enemy attacks, heal 1 damage from it. There's no anything. I'm gonna defend with Thranduil. No shadow. Okay. And then I can kill this. It has 3 defense and 4 hit points. So that's 3, 6, 8. So this thing dies. Okay. So we ready. I get Orphan. Give myself some resources here. I'm going to use Galadriel's ability to lower my threat. I didn't raise it, so I don't lower it. So I get an Unexpected Courage. I don't think I can stave anything off here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. That's as much as I can do, and there's already 17 in the staging area. I'm going to play this in the planning phase, and so that's going to allow me to bring back the Neith Guide, lower my threat by 2. Then I'm going to play the Nayth Guide for 2. And that gives me an extra 1. Which is phenomenal, right? It's great. Yay. Okay. Let's see here. So 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 14 versus 17. Okay, so what do we get? Okay, sorcery. So let's see what happens with this sorcery. Dark sorcery, Doom 2. Okay, as if this scenario isn't bad enough. It says each player discards each ally he controls that has the same title as a card in his discard pile. So I don't have any, I only have Hanemarth in my discard pile. So this pretty much fizzles, but it's a sorcery, so I have to deal a shadow card to each enemy in play. Okay, so 17 gets 14. I didn't quite make it. So 1, 2, 3. 41. So at this point, I have to engage this guy. Okay. Oh, man. I should have been increasing my threat by 1 a couple times. Let's do 3 times. Because I get +1. I'm dead. I misplayed this. Well, let's see what happens this round. Okay, I engage that guy, so this guy readies. So I'm going to defend that guy with Thranduil. He gets a shadow card. Okay. So, let's see. It says defending player discards top 3 cards, gets +1 for each different. So let's cancel that shadow effect. Play Quicker Than Sight to bring this guy back up into my hand and cancel this. Then it says attacking enemy gets +3 attack or +3 defense for this turn. Defense, okay. And then if it destroys an ally. So this guy's +3 defense. He attacks for 5. So Thranduil takes the damage and Armor Ravaged then now is done. And now I can do 3, 5, 7. And this guy has 7 defense. Okay, so now I die because of my threat. We learned something about Karn Doom. I'm not sure that this is the best card to take, but I don't know. It's, I don't know what my choices, what kind of choices would be better. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll maybe pick a different boon. But anyways, have a great day. That's Karn Doom Take 1.